Trauma-informed practice really is the ability to meet the needs of what I say all students if you're talking about schools, but especially students who may have been impacted by a traumatic event or ongoing adversities that don't let up. And so how do you create safety, predictability, and consistency in your school site so that students know what to expect next when they show up to a school building, as well as how do we build positive, trusting, caring relationships with all students? And then on top of that, be able to allow students to not sit in a state of elevated anxiety, to be able to retain what's being taught so that they could build their self-esteem and feel successful. A trauma-informed approach improves school climate because it's creating an environment that the adults and the students can feel safe, an environment that is predictable and consistent, and that is really the place that students can then recognize an emotion and regulate that emotion, which puts them in position to be more successful, both academically, but as well as behaviorally, which impacts class time and various other factors. I see Art with Heart products aligning with what we're doing with schools because we want to have the ability to teach students to have a voice in varying ways. And so if you're the externalizing student and you're vocal, then we hear a lot from them. If you're not that, but you're an internalizer, then we want to be able to have avenues for each of them to be able to communicate what's happening with them, to have their voice heard, and for them to also feel as though there's avenues that they can communicate. So I think Art with a Heart provides that avenue for them to communicate through art, express themselves through art, but also avenues for them to be heard that's not just vocal. And that's really what we want from students who have been impacted by trauma, because trauma can manifest itself in behaviors in varying ways. And so really to clearly define what those impacts have been, we want to be able to hear from students.